Hello and welcome to India Jean Patterns. I'm so pleased you're here. Today we're going to learn how to make the Clover Crop. I love this gorgeous crop. It's not too low in the front and it's got adjustable straps and a really nice open back, but you've still got plenty of support. It has some darts in the front which I think adds a little bit more shape to the bust line, and I just love it. So the supplies you'll need for this are main and lining fabric need to be 1/4 meter and a two-way stretch, fold over elastic, 12mm strap elastic, 2 sliders and 4 rings, both at 12mm, 20mm woven elastic, some pins, your favorite cutting tools, the Clover pattern of course, a sewing machine and some cotton. So let's get started. Okay, so here's my Clover pattern. As I mentioned before, it has darts, so it's just in the front here. If you've never done that before, I'll show you how to do that. And then there's the back. I'm making a size 10, which with India Jean is a small. Okay, but first of all, we're going to make our straps. So our bra straps, they're adjustable. The strapping is 12mm. It's got a really nice shine on one side. It's got a beautiful stretch and come together. And on the back, it's really nice and soft, which I love. So here I'm just going to measure out 17 inches. I'm going to cut. And then from the one that I've cut, I'm going to use that as my measure and cut another 17 inches. And snip. Easy. I actually find making bra straps really satisfying. Now I'm going to make a 2-inch little hook. So just gently cut into just a 2-inch length, remeasure that with the strapping and cut from that the 2 inches. Bra straps are so satisfying because once you've made them, it's like, oh, they're just so beautiful to look at. And adjustable strapping on anything is ideal. Okay, so we'll now take our sliders and our rings. So make sure you've got 2 sliders and 4 rings. So there's my 2 sliders and here are my 4 rings. Well, there's 2, but there's going to be 4. They're so pretty. I've chosen silver to go with this outfit. There we go, 4 rings. Perfect. So with your first 2 rings, you'll be placing 1 ring on through, so the 2-inch strap elastic will go through 1 ring. I'm just going to hold that in place. I love these clips. I just got them from our stationery store called Officeworks, and they are just a dream to work with. I don't have to worry about pins all the time. And then I'm going to do the ring on the second one. So I'll just put that into place with one of these clips. Done. And now I'll grab my slider and I'm going to thread up and then over the middle bar. So you'll come down, that's it. So it will look like that. And then I just gently fold that over, probably 1/2 inch to 3/4. And that will give a nice little overlapping to secure that in. And do the same with the other bra strap. So just fold it up and over the middle bar. Perfect. And then fold that little tail back. And then we're going to sew. So we're just going to sew 2 little straight lines, and I'll just show you where to sew them. So one here and then one there. So probably 1/4 inch apart from each other. Okay, so let's go and get these 4 babies sewn up. With this one here, we're just going to sew 1 straight line across the end here, and the same on this one as well. So let's go and do that now. Okay, all done. Okay, so let's have a look at the work. There we go. So there's those 2 straight lines I was telling you about. About a 1/4 inch apart. Perfect. And again on the other one. Sometimes they're a little bit less than 1/4 inch, but that's okay as well. And these ones have been done. Okay, so now we make the bra strap. So we're going to do a little thread through with the strap, and it's going to thread back on itself, so you've got that beautiful shiny side of it facing up. You're going to bring that through up, and it will be overlapping itself, so it's going to come back over the top of itself, and then gently bring that through as well. Look, you've got a bra strap. It's so pretty. Love, 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 love. You can choose any kind of thickness. I've chosen 12 millimeters because I think it's actually a really beautiful thickness on the skin. So here I am coming through the ring, and then I'm going to come back over on itself. I'm going to come up through the slider and then over the top of itself. Perfect. Excuse me. So pretty. That's a nice clean finish. I'm really happy with that. And we've got 2 bra straps now. So all we need to do now is just start cutting our fabric. But this step's out of the way, so just place them to the side. So now we'll just cut our fabric. I use crystals actually to hold my patterns down. It's good juju. And then start cutting. I use a rotary cutter. I find it easier, and then I use the scissors to cut out the actual darts. So this is what it should look like after it's been cut out, with the darts there. First thing I'm going to do is just pin those darts into place. So I pin on the opposite side of the fabric, bringing the right sides together, and then just gently pin that into place. Make sure that everything's even and lined up. Perfect. And then you'll do the same on the other side. I find darts to be so complimenting in sportswear. I wish more people would do it. I just think it really adds a really nice shape to our already beautiful figures. So right sides together, lining up the edges of the seams and pinning them into place. So you just want to go over to your sewing machine now, Just sew a nice straight line about 1/4 inch away from the edge on both sides. There we go. So you go and do yours, I'll do mine, and we'll meet back. And this is it finished. So I did a different color so you could actually see what it looks like. 1/4 inch following the line of the seam. I've left the tails because what I usually do with the tails is I tie them into a double knot and then trim it. But I won't do that right in front of you, it's a bit awkward. Okay, so all done. So that's what it looks like once it's been tied and trimmed. Amazing. So you can place this one to the side. Looks so neat, doesn't it? Love, love, love. You can already see the shape taking place. All right, so now we're cutting out the back of the Clover Crop. Again, I'm using a size 10, which is our size small in the range. If we don't have your size, you can always reach out to me and I can make your size, but I do like to keep everything size inclusive. Just line everything up so you're not wasting any fabric. Place your holders down and cut. Great, once you've cut out the back, you're going to place right sides together at the front and back and sew 1/4 inch down through the side seams. And then once that's done, I'll just show you quickly. There we go. Done. Just cut the tails off. Now I'm just going to cut the lining. So again, placing down my crystals, cutting out the lining of the top, pinning the darts, and the back. Easy. And then we've got it's already really starting to take shape. It's looking so beautiful. And now I'm just going to place right sides together. So already my leopard print is already facing up. I'm then going to turn the lining inside out. See these little pins? That's where I actually forgot to press record. So 4.5 inches from the edge, you can place some pins in there, and that's where our straps are going to go. So measure 4.5 inches from the side seam to the inner part of the back. Place your pins in. There we go. I've got the right sides facing together. Make sure that everything's nice and flat and even. That's it. And then we just turn it so that both sides, both right sides are facing together, the front and the back. So it's kind of going to look like it's inside out. Just line everything up and then we're going to pin. So make sure you got lots of pins handy. I always start my pinning from the darts. So I turn one dart on one side and the other dart on the other side just to flatten that whole area out. It just makes it easier when you go to sew. And just pinning down those extra bits of fabric down. I sometimes just use 2 pins just to make sure that it's extra flat when I'm putting it through the sewing machine. And then I go around to the side seam and I do the same with the hem here. I turn one direction and the other one the other direction. and I pin that flat into place. I think it also gives it really nice structure when you do it like this. And then I go back to the second dart, turn one hem to one side and the other hem to the other side. It just really straightens everything out. Also gives you a really nice idea as to how even everything is, that you've cut everything properly. And once you've done the dart, then you move on to the side seam, and that will give you an indication that everything is in place. And everything's in place, yay! This makes me so happy. And again, you just want to fold one hem to the other side, away from it, from the other hem. Just like I said before, it just keeps it nice and flat and really neat. And that way you won't have any bulking through your seams. Once that's pinned into place, you can then pin the rest of the lowest part of the crop. So we're not going to do the top part yet. This is just the bottom of the crop. Then we're just going to pin all the way around. And here we go, speed pinning. And once all that is pinned, you can then take that over to your sewing machine or serger. Sewing machine, you can use a zigzag stitch. I take it to the serger and I just sew away. So you do yours, I'll do mine, and I'll meet you back here. Ta-da! All right, so that's nice and neat. I'm really happy with that. Nice and even. The darts are in the same place as the other side, and you can see that they're really nicely overlapped, which is so beautiful. Perfect. I'm really happy with that. So what we need to do now is get our elastic. I use a 20mm woven elastic. It's got a really nice return on it, and it's quite a firm elastic, which I like. I like it quite firm underneath the bust line because I just know that everything's going to stay in place and keep me quite firm. You can see the comeback with the elastic, how far I'm pulling. And I'm going to place the elastic on the back of the right side fabric and underneath the serger. So here we go, this is what it looks like. I have pulled the elastic quite firmly while I've sewn. I have used a zigzag stitch but on a stretch stitch, and I've done like a double and a triple on the ends. And that just keeps everything in place. And as you can see all the gathering there through the material. That is going to be quite firm underneath my bust. And then I will bring it through to the right side. So you want the outer fabrics of the good side to face outwards. There we go. And oh, it's looking so good already. I'm really happy. Okay, so you would remember where I said put the pins in the back 4.5 inches from the side seam. You can just have it on one side. I put it on both sides, but now I just only need it on one side. Okay, so now it's time to pin the upper part of our crop, and here I'm just lining out the seams here. So remember how we fold one to one side and the other seam to the other side? We want to do that again here and then pin. Just keeps it really flat and even and really beautiful. and place those two together and then pin. And then you can just really go around the top of the clover crop and just pin the wrong sides together. And just, you only really need one pin for the strap. And I'm just going to bring that lower down so that my sewing machine doesn't sew over the top of it. Just bring it a little bit lower down. Perfect. And then pin the rest of it. Yay, speed pinning again. So just making sure that everything is nice and even. That's it. And you're ready to sew. So everything is being pinned into place. I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and do a zigzag stitch. So as you can see, I've done my zigzag stitch. Both sides together. I'm using my fold over elastic now. So I've got, it's a 15mm elastic, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got a 2-inch tail on either end. So this is the right side of the fabric, and I want to use the wrong side of my folded elastic and place it on the back of the lining. It's really, really important. So you want the wrong side of the elastic facing up, as well as the right side of your fabric facing up. The elastic is behind the main fabric and close to the lining. You want to leave this gap where there is that kind of like a little ridge to fold it over. You want to leave that there. And then you're going to zigzag to hold that in place. You're going to gently pull the elastic while you do the zigzag stitch. I'll do mine, you do yours, and we'll meet back. And there we go. This is what it should look like. You've got your two tails, 2 inches. And I've got my zigzag stitch on top of my main fabric, the right side. And that's holding the fold over elastic in place. And see? So that's what that looks like once the zigzag's in. My length of zigzag is, length is 3 and width is 3. And now this is what's going to happen. We're going to fold that fold over elastic so that you've got that beautiful little tail and the shiny fabric's facing outwards. And then once we fold it over, we're going to cover it with the zigzag stitch. So cover this over like so, and then we'll do our zigzag stitch on top. No need to pull it tight when you're doing your zigzag stitch and finishing off the fold over elastic. It's going to look so pretty. You can see the contrast now with the white fold over elastic on the leopard print, the snow leopard. So pretty. And we're going to do that all the way around and through to the other tail. So I'll do mine and you do yours, and we'll meet back here. Off we go. And here we are. This is what it looks like. You've got one tail. Oh, it's so neat. Got 2 inches, and I've done a zigzag stitch over the top. Lovely. So pretty. Now we're ready to do the fold over elastic on the back of the crop. And you can use any colors. I think it's really nice, like alternating different colors. It gives it a nice contrast, but I use white lining, so I just thought I'd use a white fold over elastic, and they look really pretty together, even on the inside. Okay, so let's get ready. We'll do a fold over elastic for the other side. So grabbing your fold over elastic, and we want to match that tail. So placing the wrong side of the fold over elastic underneath the tail, and you're going to do your zigzag stitch on top. And again, your zigzag stitch is going to go down through the tail, and it will go over the main fabric as well. So you're essentially bringing these two together with a zigzag stitch. Wrong side of the fold over elastic is facing up, and the right side of your main fabric is also facing up. So let's go do this. And you need to pull firmly and just bunch it up a little bit, but you don't need to pull too firm. Let's do that. Okay, so I've got my fold over elastic on, and the tail's there. You can see the zigzag, looking nice and neat. Got the tails. And then folding the elastic over on itself so it encases the other elastic and also encases the main fabric. You're going to sew your zigzag stitch close to the edge of the fold over elastic, the edge that's closest to the main fabric, all the way around to the other side. And again, my fold over elastic is 3 width and 3 length. There we go, got two cute little tails here. We're going to fold those over. Look how pretty it is already. So it creates a really nice deep V there with the two elastics. Nice and secure. So pretty. Okay, so now we're ready to put our straps on. So these are the adjustable straps that we made at the start of the video. We're now ready to use these. There we go. So we'll get our tail, and we're just going to make sure that they're nice and even. I'm going to use the other two rings that we kept to the side. And here they are. There's one ring, and just place the tail through, fold that over, and we want to just secure this in place. I'm just going to use that clip because I use them for everything now. And again, grab your other ring, place the tail through the ring, fold it over to how you like it. 2 inches is enough because you might want to make it a little bit of a longer loop. I like mine in between. And then we're just going to sew. I'm going to sew 2 straight lines just underneath the ring, just to keep it nice and secure. I'm going to do that right here and here. And I'll do the same on this side as well. Okay. I'll meet back and show you what I've done. Yay! Yay, they're both on. Both the rings are on. We're almost finished. This is so exciting. So here's the tails. I didn't need too much, so I'm just going to cut a little bit off and leave some extra in case I want to alter it later on. You can always leave these on until you've got your straps on and decide whether that's the actual length that you want them, but we're ready now to put our straps in. So this is the best part. So getting the end of your elastic and with the wrong side facing up, placing it through the ring. That's it. And then you want the shiny edge on the outside and just clip that into place. Again, you want to do the same on the other side, just making sure that the shiny part of your strap elastic is facing towards you. I'm folding a tail over by about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to sew 2 straight lines to keep those secure and in place. I use a straight stretch stitch. Straight stretch stitch. Say that fast. I can't. Okay, so we just want to do 2 little lines here, and there they are. You can just see the little groove where it is. I matched the white for the white, but there's 2 little stitches in there, 2 straight stitches, and now we're ready to put the straps on the back. You can do a crisscross if you like, but for this one I just want to keep it nice and straight going back. So here you just want to pin into place where you would like your strap. A little bit fiddly because it's quite thick now, so I really do emphasize using now a zigzag stitch. I use a stretch zigzag stitch to keep these straps in place, and they really do offer a lot of security when you do the zigzag stitch but on a stretch setting. Okay, so that's all in there. I'm going to do 2 zigzag stitches on this side and this side, and that will keep it very secure in place. This I've worn many times for different active, but it's pole dance, so you know how we get quite active on the pole. This is perfect. Great also for swimwear, and this is it. Look, it's so beautiful. The back is gorgeous. It's got a nice low back to it, but it's still not too low that you don't fall out. So everything's going to stay in and you're going to feel nice and secure in this Clover Crop. I'm just cutting the little tails off here. And again here. Perfect. And it's all done, ready to be worn by you. I can't wait to see yours. Yay, you did it. I'd love to see your designs, like I said, so please hashtag me on Instagram, India Jean Patterns, and I'd love to check out your work and get excited with you. If you've got any feedback, please let me know, and enjoy your beautiful Clover Crop and everything else. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, or just come and join the community. Love to have you.